Okay, there we go. So we just listened to that fucking new Slipknot song. What's it called again? Even though I just read it.
All Out Life.
Oh yeah,
All
that's
Out
right.
Fucking Life.
What is? Excuse me. What is "We Are Not Your Kind"?
That's the chant thing.
Oh, in the song.
Yeah.
So that's just the lyric of the song.
Yeah.
Do we even know what the album's gonna be called yet?
Mm.
No. Damn.
Well, no other information about it as it stands right now. But that's kind of what I was saying the other day. They're really like ominous about releases and merch and stuff and like new music and stuff. Like what I'm mostly excited for, as with every album, is the mask changes. And like the stage setup and stuff.
Oh, we're dissecting. Yeah, definitely. Because I briefly mentioned it on the last one, specifically though I wanted to talk to you obviously about it because I like Slipknot a lot, but I love Lamb of God and Iron Maiden, and I feel like you love Slipknot the way I love Lamb of God and Iron Maiden.
That's
So for you, because what I said about this song when I first heard it, you sent it to me. I was at work. I got home from work Halloween night, and I listened to it and watched the video, just like you said. You said make sure to watch the video. And my first reaction was, this is the best song I've heard them do since Pulse of the Maggots, which is one of my favorites by them. Volume 3 is probably my favorite album by them. But in fairness, it's also just the album I know the most and have listened to the most. So I might like one of the other ones more. I just haven't given it as much of a chance. But as it stands right now, Volume 3 is my favorite album. And this is my favorite song I've heard them release since that album. Would you agree? What's your favorite album by them?
I guess if I had to, because they got 5 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
So Iowa.
So there's a self-titled. There's
Self-titled.
Iowa.
That's what I was forgetting. Self-titled Iowa Volume 3. Then Great Chapter.
All Hope Is Gone.
Then All Hope Is Gone. Then Great Chapter. Okay.
And like a handful of live. They've put out. I think they put out a separate live thing from like Mexico or something last year.
Hell yeah.
Live DVD or whatever, but I'd have to go probably Volume 3 as well.
Your favorite?
Just because, well, see that's tough because that one was the first one, kind of same. That was the first album that, because when I was first getting into them, like, I don't know, I think Duality was the big single and stuff, and I think that was the first song that I heard. So I guess by default, that's probably my top favorite. But I'd say like Iowa, if like 1 to 5, if I had to like put them in a list or whatever, probably Iowa on top, first one, and then barely Volume 3 over the self-titled.
Okay.
And then Volume 5, and then All Hope Is Gone.
Okay.
I'd say.
Real.
Because I mean, like, there's something about, and I know we've talked about Iowa on here before a lot, but there's something about that album that's just,
I need to give that album a real go.
Disgusting. Like,
I really do.
And they made a handful of like behind the scenes DVDs and stuff in the past, and like I think the one that came with the 10 year of the self-titled was just a whole bunch of like handy cam footage from when they would play like bars and stuff, and how the place would just be on fire.
I've seen some of that footage.
Literally. Like there's a whole part of them just there, like the keg is in the center of the stage and it's on fire and he's hitting it, and like there's nothing else happening on stage. It's just that and stuff, and like He's at one point, Clown lights himself on fire.
Jesus.
And then there's like 2 or 3 different shots of one of their DJs like jumping from the rafters.
Oh my god.
Which I guess he had to stop doing because they were gonna give him like a suit for like attempted suicide or something.
Oh
like
Jesus.
That. Yeah. So he's like, I had to stop doing that.
Jesus Christ.
But to me, I think like when I heard the first or that single, I didn't, and I'm pretty sure I said something to this effect, but like I am, kind of like everybody else, I wasn't expecting it, and I didn't know what I wanted out of it. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to hear, but it was that. Like I wanted to hear that.
Yep. Exactly what they released.
And like the first, because it's I think it's like a 5 or 6 minute song.
It's a long one.
And I was like, all right, so it gets to like the middle part, and then all of a sudden it gets into this like this big like break section almost that's got like the snare thing in the middle, and I was like, dude, that's Blister Exists.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's volume 3 shit. I was like,
yep.
Yes.
That's exactly what I felt.
Finally,
that's exactly what I felt.
Yeah.
This should be on volume 3. Like that's what this sounds like.
But it felt like to me it had a mix of everything. Really, like it was just a big like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a cool thing to hear after like, I don't know, what's it been, like 2 or 3 years since the last one?
Yeah, it's been a while.
So
what did you think of the new costumes and masks?
I liked the video for what it was.
The video was great.
Yeah. And I think, and it's funny that it's like volume 3 vibes all over the place, but like Duality came to mind instantly.
Yep.
Because of like because that video was and I almost wonder if that was on purpose. Like because it started off like, it's like, Duality is just like nobody's in costumes and stuff. Everybody's just kind of like, I don't know, tearing through this neighborhood.
Right.
And shit. I don't know, I still really like that video. And then this one, it's like everybody's kind of like in a prison, sort of,
or like an insane asylum of some kind.
But they all got these like weird like skull face masks and stuff, and they're all like jumpsuits and shit. And I was like, it's like that's Duality. Like that's it's all like, I don't know. It was just as someone who's kind of been with it since then, and like kind of like I've seen him a couple of times or whatever. Like as someone who's been listening to it for a while, like. And then to see that after so long, and it's just, I don't know.
It's fucking awesome.
I must have listened to it like 10 times that day.
Hell yeah!
I was like,
hell yeah! Because I feel like that would be, for me, the equivalent of, hey, Iron Maiden just released a new song, and it's like, holy shit, that could be on Number of the Beast.
Yeah.
Like, it's finally something that sounds like that. Oh, and by the way, Derek Riggs is doing our cover art again. Holy shit! God, that would, yeah.
It's a 15-minute single song, and it's the entirety of Power Slave, just better. Like, yes, okay.
Well, no,
Cool.
I want. See, that's what they've been doing lately, is those big long epics. I want like a 13-track album. 3 to 5 minutes each song.
Yeah.
Just like the first handful, because they haven't. They're like the one band. If you look at every fucking band from that era today, they're all like, oh yeah, we're trying to go back to that, back to that, back to that. Everyone's saying the same thing. We're trying to sound like our old self. Back to that. Fucking, they're the only ones that have like resisted that, and like we're never going back. Apparently, they've never explicitly said anything like that, but like I just don't feel like that's not what they want to write anymore. They want to write these big fucking epic masterpieces, and they're doing it. They're all great, don't get me wrong, but it's harder to be like, fuck yeah, let's crank this, when it's a 15-minute long song and not fucking run to the hit.
They're not really writing singles anymore, like I don't know. I guess they are, but see,
like I would argue though that at the point when they wrote those songs, they weren't singles. They probably weren't even played on the radio. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
There's this weird. We got to remember this perspective. I can't remember. I think it was D. Snyder or, yeah, it was D. Snyder on one of the episodes of his podcast. I Want to Talk. Listen to it. Fucking. He said, yeah, he was like back in the day. Fucking Black Sabbath couldn't even get on the radio. They were too extreme at one point in time. So when you consider that, like at one point in time, Black Sabbath was too extreme for the radio. It puts shit into perspective. Like, we forget that, I think, though. Because, in fairness to us, we grew up with it on the radio. It was always on the radio for us.
Yeah.
We, I guess we didn't realize how lucky we were.
I've been catching myself doing that with things lately. Like, not realizing that, like, at the time, maybe it wasn't as significant.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But, like,
yeah. It didn't... It was the only, like, so much of this, like, got in the way I found out about so much of this shit is through stuff like VH1 classic documentaries. Back in the early 2000s when they had all the thises and that's and the top 100 thises and metal songs and all that shit.
No.
Best and worst. So it was both sides. Fucking, yeah, like, so at that, they only reached that epic point of, fame to where they were being talked about in those TV show documentaries. That was that moment. We thought it was normal because we were growing up with it. Like, this is normal. We didn't realize, no, this is like the epoch. Like, this is where it's all fucking coming down from. Like, yeah. Fucking crazy. I don't even know what started me down that road.
We were talking about how I was excited that it like was kind of a callback. The new song.
Iron Maiden. Yeah, that's how I would feel if Iron Maiden fucking did that.
It's,
or even Lamb of God was like, this could be on Ashes,
Yeah.
But
I think it's, I don't know.
I think it's great. I think it's great because here's the reality is there's a reason why everybody is calling for that. Because those albums were fucking incredible. You know what I mean? Like, there's a real good reason why they might want to sound like that again, because that shit was awesome. Like, and damn it, man, this new song, I like the costume. I liked the costume and mask idea a lot.
Yeah.
Here's why. Because I have a hard time picking which one's my favorite from them. First of all, in general. Like, from each era. Like, which era is my favorite? Because I like them all so much. So they've already done so much. You know what I mean? And this time to go, like, this simplistic route where, and consider this, if they have those on stage, you said it. It's like a skin mask thing. It's like nylon of some kind. You know what I mean? It's like whatever those green people suits are made out of. It's that or whatever. Yeah, like morph suit. Yeah, whatever the fuck that is, but just on your head, right? How much easier is it going to be to perform and breathe and play in that versus what they normally wear?
Yeah, but I mean that's like, because I don't think that those are like, because they've kind of done that same, like with I think with what was it? I think it was with no. Well, I don't know. But they every like so often they'll put out like a video or like a single or something, and they'll do, or it was you remember the video for Psychosocial?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Vaguely.
It was like this burning thing, and like it was all out in a field and stuff, and they had these big like heads and stuff that they were burning and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so when that first came out, and I actually didn't think about this till now. You got me thinking about it, but I'm gonna kind of come full circle with it. So when they put out the video for that before All Hope Is Gone came out, because that was the first single off of it, they had that kind of like design and stuff, and that was what they used for like promotional stuff. And I think that's kind of what they're trying to do with this, because it's like, so it's kind of like far off with I'm not trying to say, like, it's kind of far off from the album right now.
Like when the album's gonna come out? Yeah.
And I think that right now it's just kind of like, something visually to match the song to kind of make a bigger deal about it.
It's gonna be more impactful if you see it. Yeah, that's true.
But I agree. If they were to use those, it'd be a whole different.
And I don't even think that maybe it went into their thinking and making them, but I also don't necessarily think it did when you consider what they've already played in. Like, you know what I mean? But I think it's a simplistic design. And I think that's a really cool way when you've already done so much crazy. Where else do you go crazy? Well, maybe you go simple. But the advantage of simple is being able to breathe more and all that. So now all of a sudden we're going to have a way more energetic live show in something like that than we would with the guy with the giant spikes or anything like that, which we would love to see. We'd love to see that. But we also understand physical. Like I just saw Guar. Like I get why they're not running back and forth. You know what I mean?
But I mean, still, like they have one of the biggest stage shows.
Their live show is unbelievable.
Yeah,
doesn't even make sense.
You should
so fucking crazy.
You should really watch some of the. Well, they even put out it was I think it was like the 10-year of Iowa. There was a DVD that came out with it, and they interviewed all of them and stuff, and
hell yeah,
they were like, I think Corey Taylor might have said something like this. He was like, it's basically like it's the only album that you can like feel, that you can like wear on your skin like a suit. He's like, it's the heaviest shit ever. He's like, something like that. I don't know. It's just kind of like them talking about it and stuff, and like, I don't know. I think, and I always, it just because it doesn't seem like it's been that long to me. Like, I mean, I guess
it doesn't seem that.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. They had like that was Volume 3 was. I mean, obviously it was the third album.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's been like 10 years, 15, or like 20 since the first album came out. Like,
I mean, yeah, dude. It fucking does not feel like Are You Dead Yet and Ashes of the Wake or 10 to 15. It doesn't feel like A Matter of Life and Death is that old. It doesn't, yeah. But they are. They are now. They are. Let's think about this. They are as old now. They are from when those albums came out to now is the same distance as when I first got into heavy metal. Let's call it 2002, 2003, somewhere in there. When I first got into it, like really heavily, that's the same distance as like something like Vulgar Display of Power. Or Fear of the Dark, I think, even came out in like the early 90s. I think it was like 92-ish. Because it was the last,
right.
It was the first album that Derek Riggs didn't draw. And let's see what else. This is when Black Album. This is when Megadeth would have been releasing Risk. I don't know what Slayer would have came out with in the early 90s. Guns, Use Your Illusions.
Slayer in the probably like.
Sabbath would have been with maybe that would have been right around Heaven and Hell time. Maybe not.
So they put up
like 92-ish.
Because it was Seasons in the Abyss came out in 90, and then Divine Intervention was 94.
Okay, so it would have been in between.
No.
But Rage Against the Machine
dude.
would have been during that time.
It's funny.
Green Day probably.
It's funny you mention them. I just went back and listened to them. Like
so
they had.
Good.
I don't know, like I've been on a kick lately of just like putting stuff that I like that I've heard like select songs off of and stuff, and just like finding that album and just playing it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just like
yeah. Because you'll find gems.
Yeah.
You'll find gems you didn't hear before for sure.
Like Evil Empire.
Yeah.
That album is amazing.
Yeah.
And I never knew about it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, Rage was one of the first bands that got me into metal, honestly. Because before I was like really into any music, what I had on my MP3 player was like the couple of songs that kids at the school that listened to that I liked, like Bow to Bow, and like In the Club, and whatever the hell Eminem's big song was. Like, and that was, so I kind of liked hip hop a little bit, but I wasn't really into it. You know what I mean?
No.
And then someone showed me Rage, and I was like, well, what the fuck is this? Hang on. And then I found Pantera, and I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. And then Metallica, and Megadeth, and Iron Maiden, and AC/DC, and it was over.
Mm-hmm.
But Pantera and Rage were two of the big first catalysts.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I was over at buddy's house when I first heard Cowboys from Hell the first time, and just hearing that intro, and I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And it like kicks in and stuff, and I'm like, just
get ready.
It just this big opening, and like I don't know.
Oh man, I remember when we first got our license, blasting that song in the car, going so fast.
Dude,
so triumphant.
yeah, it is. It really is. It's not on Cowboys from Hell, but it's I don't know. They're another band I went back and I was playing discographies apparently this week. Slaughtered off of Far Beyond Driven.
That album is probably the one I know the least by them. My favorite is Vulgar Display.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I have that.
Far Beyond Driven is like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure
Preston says that's one of his favorites too. He loves that album.
Yeah. Like I would put that over Vulgar. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's some big words. Talking about walk.
But like to me that I don't know, that song is kind of lost. It's
been overplayed.
It's punch, yeah. It's
been
kind of parodied a lot, you know. Like,
but I tell you what, when a band like Anthrax walks out and that's their opening riff for their show, it does something to you in your body. That is hard to. When you see Scott Ian fucking. Oh, it's on.
Yeah.
It's on. That's what that means. It's on.
Yeah.
Get ready, because it's on.
Oh yeah, there's no disputing just the power of that song and the right.
What else is on that album? I need to know now.
What are we talking about? Which one?
Vulgar.
Oh,
A New Level. Oh, fucking Hostile. That's it. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Rise. Oh, my God. Hollow. Mouth for War. Fuck, it's been a while since I listened to this shit.
Dude, I was on a roll with him the other day.
Oh, my God. Yep. Jesus Christ. It's no goddamn wonder. No wonder.
Oh, A New Level.
Wonderful.
The way that just that first riff kicks in, and it's like
and
rolls over you.
They were one of the first, man. They were one of the first.
What's I don't think we talked about them. Maybe we have. I don't know. In terms of like opinions, I guess. But like, what's your take on? I guess another band that like I don't know from this era. I guess like System of a Down.
Yeah, I like System.
Yeah.
I fucking their self-titled album, the one with the hand on the cover. I think top to bottom is one of the best albums. I would probably if I were to make a top, I don't know, 20 or 30 albums of all time, that would make its way onto the list somewhere.
Yeah.
Like that is a great their self-titled, I don't know if it's their first album, it probably is, but their self-titled album is holy shit good. Yeah. Sugar, I love that song. Sugar.
Yeah.
I used to listen to that every day for like a whole summer.
They're one of those. They're kind of interesting to me because it's weird because I got into that. It was same friend. I got into them as Pantera. It's kind of weird.
That's funny because my uncle showed me Pantera and System.
Yeah, same kind of like
That's funny.
Yeah.
And Rage.
I heard. Oh God, what's on Steal This album? What's the first song on it called? It's about making a pizza. Or something.
Yeah.
Oh God, what is it? Well, anyway, that was like, except for like maybe like Chop Suey at the time. I mean, I think I saw the video for that. I was like, really, I don't know. I didn't know what I was watching at the time, and like, I don't know. I like couldn't stop watching it. It was just one of those moments.
Yeah, this is back when they played music videos on TV.
Yeah, this was like early morning, like.
Do you remember? Did you ever have VH1 Classic?
Yeah.
You remember fucking Metal Mania?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what?
It's still on.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, guess I don't know. I doubt he is anymore. But guess who was originally responsible for that show? D. Snyder.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like told
Not
them
surprised.
that you should do a heavy metal video show.
Yeah.
And
Like, all right.
they did it.
Chicken stew, by the way.
That's right.
And then that whole album is, I don't know, it's all like B-sides and stuff apparently. Steal This album. But they're another one of those bands that kind of came around and like shifted things.
Yeah.
Like, shook things up.
Oh
at the
yeah,
time,
big.
you know, like,
They were a band that like you didn't have to be a metalhead to like.
Yeah, you still don't.
No,
They're,
absolutely not.
Yeah.
They're not really a band anymore, I don't think.
No. Well, that kind of like that leads me to my, because I've thought about this a little bit, because it's been, I don't think that we'll ever see a new album from them.
No, I don't think so either.
The way things are and the kind of the back and forth between the two, but like.
Well, I haven't heard of anything like that. There's Bad Blood in there? A little bit?
Apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not going to get too into it because I don't really know the whole story.
Well, yeah,
but,
we don't know them.
Yeah. But they're like kind of, it's hard because like I'll go a couple months with just not wanting to hear anything that they've ever written, and then like all of a sudden I'll hear like a song or whatever, and like it'll just kind of like it'll put me on like a run with them, and then I'll be all the way through like first album to Hypnotize or whatever it was, like first double album I was paying attention to at the time.
Yep, I remember when those came out. They were huge. They were on Saturday Night Live.
What are we talking about?
Slipknot.
Yeah. So, maybe that was just it. Okay. Well.
But yeah, that new song is fucking great.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear whatever else they got. Like, if that's the benchmark, if the rest of the album sounds a lot like that,
I mean,
then holy fuck, you guys are on to something, man. Holy shit. Because that was great. That was fucking great. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm reserving my judgments until like the whole thing is out and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But
you can judge the song.
Yeah.
They came out with it as a single. So.
He's, there's always like every album everybody wants it to be Iowa. Everybody and they've even said like this is gonna be as like
they always say that. We've talked about that. Like every band is like, this is the heaviest thing we've ever done. It's the best thing we've ever done for every album, which they have every right to say.
Yeah.
But knowing that, of course they're gonna say that. So doesn't mean you're going to agree with them.
Well, and there was a point in time where when the whole Paul Gray thing happened.
Yeah.
And how do you and then I think the the whole thing with their drummer happened around like the same time, I think. It was a couple months after. Which still kind of hurts me a little bit. But it wasn't, I don't think it was anything like, I don't know, I guess there was much like medical issues and stuff going on at the time, but like there was, I just, sometimes I catch myself thinking about like, there was a real possibility that, they just weren't going to be a band anymore after that and stuff.
Yeah, that was.
The fact that they're about to be 2 albums deep and stuff, and because the Volume 5 was definitely more of like a tribute album, I guess, kind of, in a way. But I think this one, they're kind of getting back to, at least I'd like to see them get back to kind of like, the just the angry shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to call it. Like, I mean, I guess they've always been that way, but like, I don't know. I just want more of it.
Yeah.
Like, because the last album was pretty somber. Like, it had, it was darker for sure,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like over the top aggression and like, what I mean?
No,
like,
not at all.
I need that in my life again.
Yep. I think we all do. I think we all do. And let me tell you, man, like, this 2019 could be one of the biggest years for metal in a long, long time. Like, if all the albums do well, like Children of Bodom, Devil Driver, Lamb of God, Slipknot, and I know there's more that I'm not thinking of right now. But those 4 alone, like, could be gigantic.
Let me see.
Especially with all the buzz Devil Driver just got off of this fucking fantastic covers album. Fucking Lamb of God has been doing nothing but building quietly. Especially now right off the Slayer tour. Oh yeah, Anthrax is coming out with a new album next year. Fucking yeah, could be huge, man.
According to Wiki, Amon Amarth has a new one in the works.
What?
And Carnifex.
What?
And
I feel like Yoma's Viking just came out.
did it?
Like, if I said I feel like it, I don't know.
I don't know.
Where's your hordes?
It was 2016.
Oh, all right.
3 years ago.
So at same age ago as Hatebreed's most recent.
Flesh God has a new one. Fit for an
Jesus
Autopsy.
Christ.
Killswitch has been working on a new one for a while.
Man.
Metallica, Megadeth, and Mastodon all have one listed.
What?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Again, this is just wiki, so I don't know how like accurate this is.
If Metallica, Megadeth, Mastodon, Flesh God, Lamb of God, fucking Slipknot, Children of Bodom, Devil Driver, Jesus Christ, man, Anthrax, are you serious? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right now it's kind of.
Jesus, I'm gonna buy like 30 new albums next year.
Already.
Amon Amarth? Fuck.
Did you hear about the only reason I'm asking about this because it's on this list, the Static X thing?
Yes, I read about they got his vocals apparently are gonna be on one more album.
Yeah, so it's what I got from it is it's the last recordings that they had of him. So I think it's like the last couple of I don't know if it's the full album that they wrote or if it's just stuff that they had that they just kind of compiled together, which is probably both.
Yeah, probably.
But they got I don't know. It sounds like they're gonna be doing like a tour and stuff and having a bunch of guest spots on it and everything and like. Because it's the 25-year anniversary of the first record.
I don't know their names. I never really listened to them.
Texas
honestly.
Death Trip or something like that.
I did see them a couple times actually. Harpo's.
Oh, but that was
Operation Annihilation tour. They had 3 Inches of Blood, Divine Heresy. I met Dino that night.
What?
Yeah.
What? I don't know if I ever knew that.
Yeah, I met he was sitting at the merch booth and I got my ticket signed by Dino. I got the ticket right over there, signed by him. He hit on my girlfriend. But it was Dino. What are you gonna do?
Wisconsin Death Trip. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. It's pretty fitting. Like, I mean, they haven't really said anything since that happened, and I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool to check out.
Might be interesting.
Yeah, I never had the chance to see them. So.
Saw them a couple times, yeah.
Given the only album that I've like top to bottom really interested in is Shadow Zone.
Yeah.
That's like the heaviest album, I think. But then again, I could be wrong. There's somebody that's probably like, no, man, first record.
This is heavier.
Yeah.
You're so wrong.
They got a little, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I guess they've always kind of been industrial in a sense.
Yeah.
Which is kind of why I've never really got too heavy into like their last couple was pretty heavy on that.
Yeah.
In that sense, but.
Did you ever get into industrial at all? Not really. My uncle was super into it, so he showed me some things like KMFDM.
Yeah.
Their album World War III is actually like really good.
I'll have to listen to it. I'm not sure.
That was, yeah. Like I haven't listened to it in many years, and I've never owned it, but it was the fucking song World War III on the album. I remember liking that song a lot. I don't even remember it now that I think of it. World War III. That's all I remember. Be all that you can be. Oh yeah. I kind of remember the chorus, but I don't remember it.
Didn't they have like a weird vocalist or something?
They had a bunch of vocalists. Sometimes it was a girl. Sometimes I think they had rotating vocalists, kind of.
That's the one thing I remember about them.
Yeah.
Is that they always had like I don't know, just the production and the vocals were really kind of out there. Like,
yeah, they were very strange.
Like I don't know, like Ministry.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, very much so. Almost Rammstein, but less metal.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the goth culture thing that kind of killed it for me. Like that whole, I don't know.
I'd never had a problem with that at all.
I didn't really either. I just think it's like the stereotype and stuff.
Yeah.
And like it just kind of gave it like a bad, not really like a bad, it's just kind of like hard to.
Well, I mean, we're ones to talk.
Yeah, no, I know.
D. Snyder reminded me earlier today that there was a point in time where long hairs were like considered pussies. They're the pussies because they're not athletic. They have long hair. Like fuck you, you fucking.
Different time.
Yeah, this was like the 70s. So.
Yeah. All I'm trying to say is that like I wasn't. Okay. Let me rephrase it. I guess I kind of missed that boat when like the goth was like the big thing.
Oh yeah.
Because by the time I was like old enough to kind of like figure that out for myself, I guess. Like I don't know, the whole like I don't know.
See,
2000s like emo thing happened, and then those kind of like got confused because like
that was the big
what's what like what you know like,
everyone used to call me goth emo.
It's the same but it's different. Like
they
you don't understand.
Remember that episode of the bit of South Park?
Yeah.
Just want to drink coffee and smoke cigarettes.
Yeah. So I guess I can't really talk because I wasn't a part of that culture when it was massive at the time. Like
neither was I, but everybody always said I was. Fucking pricks. It's like, no, you guys, there's another one too. It's called metal.
Yeah.
You don't understand. I don't listen to the sad music. I listen to angry music. There's a big difference, all right? Oh my god. Echo chamber.
What else we got?
I don't know, honestly. I just wanted to see where the night would take us.
Oh.
I don't really have anything in mind, do you? Just besides the Slipknot thing, I really wanted to give it a rating. I gave it like a 5 out of 5 or a 4 out of 5 or something.
Oh, I give it like a 10.
Oh, shit. He's going 10 out of 5 goat heads. He went and slaughtered 5 extra goats for this rating.
Yeah, man.
Holy fuck.
No,
I
well,
love it.
it's been like 3 years. When's? Hang on.
Wasn't it 16, didn't we say? When the last Slipknot album came out?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that sounds right. Maybe not. Maybe it came out earlier than that. Not sure.
I don't know, because we're in this.
Oh wait, what's the album called?
The last one.
Yeah,
It's Volume 5.
2014.
Really?
Yep.
This will be 5 years, and then what? Like how long between? So All Hope Is Gone came out.
08.
What?
Slipknot came out in 99.
Okay.
Iowa came out in 01. Volume 3, 04. All Hope Was Gone, 08. And 5, The Great Chapter, 2014.
6 years between the fourth and the fifth one. 4 years.
Yeah.
Between.
That's fucking crazy. I didn't realize that either. I thought they came out with them faster than that.
I thought for sure the last one came out in like 16 at least.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
But it makes sense
Oh,
because
yes.
the last time we saw them at Mayhem, they were playing all those songs.
Yeah.
And Mayhem would have been like 15. That's probably why they were on that Mayhem, because they just came out with an album.
Yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really want to see them inside. They're one band I haven't seen inside.
Yeah.
I can't believe you haven't seen Hatebreed inside. That fucks my mind. Holy shit.
They're like I saw them at that Mayhem Fest and stuff, and I was like, ever since then I was like, I have to see them again. Like I wasn't really in the right area, I guess. Like I was kind of, I don't know, I was watching it was kind of from a distance and stuff.
Oh,
like I wasn't really in the,
in the chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, it was the same day I met Josta. I didn't realize
You met Josta?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was him and I'm sure I told you about this. Him and Randy Blythe.
What?
Yeah.
You met Randy Blythe?
Yeah.
I don't think you told me about this.
Yeah, I got a picture with him too.
What?
Yeah. I never told you about this. I'm sure.
No.
Well, okay. So yeah, so it was the same. It was the year that they played, and it was like a quick, like, it was kind of like a short meet and greet, whatever. Like,
Holy fucking shit!
And
damn it!
It was at this weird like, merch tent thing. I don't know. They had some like deal going on with some other sponsor that was there or whatever, and it was like, I don't remember who was on main stage at the time, but it was like, hey, between this time and this time we'll be over here, like at this tent, if you want like a meet, like signed poster or like signed pictures or whatever.
What the fuck? They just like posted that somewhere or something?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So I was like, all right, well, fuck whatever's happening on main stage right now.
Yeah.
I'm never going to have another chance at this. So,
Holy
like,
shit.
we waited in line for a while, and yeah. It was...
Holy shit. Was that the same year that I met Bodum?
No.
Oh,
this
okay.
was... I think this was the first year I went.
Alright.
Because it was the year that Five Finger and... Lamb of God, and I think Korn was headlining that year.
Weird.
I
didn't go to that.
I have to. That's an old picture. I don't even know if it's on here anymore. But yeah, like I didn't really realize what was happening at the time.
Jesus
Like,
Christ. Oh my God. Yeah, you definitely have to see them. Next time they come, we're going.
but it's it makes up for it because I think that because Korn was on main stage and Joey Jordison was playing drums with them for that tour, and all I wanted that day was I still dude's like one of the biggest, I don't know, inspirations to me, or not, I don't know, like inspirations, but like influences, I guess, in terms of like why I even wanted to play heavy music, like drum wise or whatever. And all I wanted that day was just a picture, just like a sign, something signed, like a picture or whatever with him, like, so it'd be sweet or whatever. And like they were doing a signing and stuff, but I was over being stuck in a pit for Atreyu at the time, and two of the other people I came with were like, yeah, we're gonna go and like stand in line. They didn't have passes. I think that was what stopped me, because I didn't have a pass or whatever, and I didn't have any money at the time. So like I guess they just like picked a couple up. I was like,
God.
Yeah, they were like, so like, I don't know, like 20 minutes later they sent me like a picture of one of them with him. I was like, you serious? Like, that's all I wanted, and you did it? Like, you
bastard.
Yeah. But I made up for it because, I mean,
Lamb of God.
How, yeah.
I mean, Randy Blythe and Jamie Josta, that's insane.
Let's see if I can find that picture. But yeah, I want to see them again.
We will. They come a lot, so
Yeah.
next time they're here, hopefully they're back at the machine shop. That'd be fantastic. That would be fantastic.
I'll find that later. So he's sitting here for a minute. I feel like there's something else.
I don't know what.
Maybe there wasn't. Oh yeah. How was the wow, this is bad. I'm gonna have to restart that. the haunted thing that you guys went to.
Oh, the movie
Josh
premiere?
went to. Yeah.
No, it was a good time. It was a really good time, actually. We fucking the movie was good. It was really good, actually. We had the fucking VIP passes or whatever, so we got our own like separate door to go in, so we didn't have to wait in line. And they bring you into this room that has a bar. You get some drinks, and they hand you a free copy of the DVD, a VIP pass lanyard, and a fucking something else. I don't remember what. And then we were waiting in line for some drinks, and we started looking around the room we were in, and there was a bunch of tables with a bunch of like stuff set up on it, like on display, and little like things that saying what it was or whatever. And we started realizing that all of them were items from like the haunted locations in their previous movies.
Oh shit.
We were like, holy fucking shit. Wow. Started like realizing like, wait a minute. And then we went in, we got our drinks, we went in, we watched the movie, it was great. And then we had to go back into that room for the start of the after party, and then you go upstairs. And then we were looking around, and they had a whole bunch of shit from the movie we just watched. So we're like, holy fuck, we just seen that. And fucking It was kind of weird because it said you'll get VIP seating, but it was just general admission. So it was like a free-for-all. So there was a very real possibility that Josh and I would have been sitting completely separate. But luckily we walked like down almost to the front, and because we figured that's where the VIP seating was. And the lady was like, oh, it's kind of full down there. You could go upstairs though. And Josh was like almost ready to go upstairs to the balcony. I was like, fuck no, bro. I looked right in front of me, and there was like 2 seats like right on the aisle in front and behind each other, like open. I was like, let's just take these 2 right here. What the fuck? Like right in front, like. And then so that worked out, and the seats are actually pretty comfortable for being an old theater.
Where was it?
The Temple Theater in Saginaw. And then yeah, the after party, like, is kind of weird. It was more of a free-for-all than I was expecting, but there were also way more people than I was expecting. Like, there was a fuck ton of people. And it was in, like, a nice ballroom or whatever, and they had some food set out or whatever. And they had a little bar. Oh, yeah, and you got 2 free drink tokens, so you had 2 free drinks. And fucking the whole time, everybody from the movie is just walking around talking to people, like, just in the crowd. So, like, eventually you work your way over, you know, and, like, start talking to them and stuff. And, but it was, like, I thought there'd be less people, and so a little bit more organized. We were under the impression that they were going to be running, like, ghost tours in the Temple Theater, because they had done one of their old movies there. They ran a ghost tour. And so me and Josh thought it was just the first one, and, like, the whole fucking crowd went on it. We're like, well, we'll just wait for the next one. And there was no next one. So we missed that. That kind of sucked. But we'll hit it next year. But but in fairness, had we not done that, we wouldn't have gotten to meet the people from the movie, because, like, everybody went on that, so there wasn't as many people. So we could kind of, like, talk to them a little bit and stuff.
That's cool then.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of fun though. It was a really good time. Definitely worth it. Definitely, like, got me excited for Halloween, you know what I mean? Like, it was fucking. And downtown Saginaw, like, kind of weird. Like, I thought there would be, like, a restaurant somewhere. Like, there was one bar that was, like, 3 or 4 blocks away from the theater. We're like, damn, that's kind of, like, we figured there'd be something within, like, right next door maybe or something, but nope.
I'm not too familiar with that area.
Neither am I. It's pretty much the first time I've been there. Not really. I've been through Saginaw before, but
yeah. That's about my extent of it. I don't really have a reason to ever head out that way.
Not unless there's a concert.
Are there any venues out there?
Nope.
No. So I wouldn't have a reason anyway.
I mean, there is the Dow Event Center. I don't know why they don't have concerts, but.
Oh.
And there is the hockey team has a venue, the Saginaw Eagles, which is something to do with the mascot. Is named after Stephen Colbert.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember hearing about that.
So.
What?
I think the mascot's name is Stephen or something. Stephen the Eagle or something like that. But yeah, I don't know why they don't have concerts at those places at all. Kind of weird. They should. Because they're big venues, I think. Big enough, at least.
Yeah. I always kind of thought that, like, Sammy Spirit, by the way.
Oh, that's his name?
Mascot. Oh. Yeah. The mascot was named... Oh, sorry. Stiegel Colbeagle, the Eagle.
Oh my god.
After Stephen Colbert.
Stiegel Colbeagle, the Eagle?
Yeah.
I thought his name was just Steven.
Far better name.
Yeah.
I was gonna say is didn't they used to do like bigger shows at at least like comedy shows and stuff at Breslin here in Lansing? Or?
Not really. Maybe like back in the before I got here, but not really. They'll occasionally have a concert, and like if quote unquote comedy show is big enough to be in a place like that. Like the Will Ferrell comedy tour came through there. But that's like it. Yeah, they don't really have hardly anything.
No.
Ever anymore. They were going to have, and I think part of the reason is they're a bunch of fucking idiots. Like, they were going to have, what's his fucking face come, but they said no because they didn't want to promote marijuana use. Wiz Khalifa, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, we don't want to promote drug use, so you can't come. Fuck you then. Nobody's ever going to play your venue. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I don't know if it...
If that's what you say that is, like, Jesus.
When I was at UPS for a little while, my aunt was telling me about this Silver Dollar place.
Yep, I know the Silver Dollar.
I don't know. They used to, apparently they were like, she's like, I saw everybody there.
Like,
and,
for real, like Aerosmith.
Played
before
like, they were anybody.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Huge.
Ted Nugent
huge
used to
names.
play there all the time.
Yeah. That was right.
When he was the Amboy Dukes.
Yeah. That was right downtown.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know some people that saw a lot of bands there. I think the Rolling Stones. Yeah. Harpo's used to be like that. They used to have everybody. They might be making a little noise. They're making noise.
There's been more recently than I've...
Like in the past 2 months.
Yeah.
Recent. Like they've started to have shows again.
Yeah.
And they've had a bunch of shows the last few nights, and if you follow them on Instagram, they're posting everything. They post crazy. It's like, well, what's going on here? Something's going on here.
I had a pretty interesting first experience there.
When did you go to Harpo's?
The first time I saw Devil Driver.
Was I with you?
That tour, yeah. It was them, Carnifex, and Revocation.
I don't even remember that show.
It was a good few years ago.
Jesus.
Yeah, you remember we were on the floor and there was like hardly anybody there. Whitechapel was supposed to play, but something happened. It was supposed to be...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was 4 bands. It was a really weird...
Oh, yeah. Holy shit.
You know?
I completely forgot about that. Oh, yeah.
There was hardly anybody there.
Yeah, that was like the death of Harpo's.
Yeah.
That was towards the end.
I walked in and I was surprised when she handed me a raffle ticket as a ticket stub.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go back, but I want to make sure that it's like
what it once was.
The experience, yeah.
At least
something,
an echo.
Yeah.
Because you used to go there and get an experience like that.
Yeah.
Guaranteed every time something crazy was going to happen. Like, guaranteed.
I mean, it was cool for a couple of reasons, because it was the first time I'd been there and stuff, and just to kind of see what it is, like the size of the place is just like, you walk down like two so like it's split up in like 3 sections kind of. There's like the bar area kind of, and then you step into like the center part, and the further you go, and like there's there's the floor and stuff, and like I was expecting like a sea of people at that, and there wasn't really. I don't know if it was like a weekday or something, but like I just remember it being really weird. But it was the first time I ever saw Carnifex and Revocation, so that was cool. And Devil Driver, that was so that was that was
good show.
Yeah.
Shit.
But it wasn't quite.
It wasn't fucking
what
live dominance.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a point in time where that... Like, do you remember the Lamb of God shows on the floor at Fillmore? Like, that insanity? Yeah. That's what you were guaranteed every time, no matter what at Harpo's. That level of just absolute fucking chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that... Yeah. Yeah. Except, so imagine that level of insanity, but in a place 10 times smaller. It's kind of, with the right band, that's what the Machine Shop can get to now. Well, with the right band. But for some reason, like Hatebreed does it at Harpo's, but I don't know, they don't really hit the same fever pitch at Machine Shop. Devil Driver does. But they don't as much at Harpo's. It's reversed. Weird. I never thought about that. Huh.
Yeah, that is weird.
Interesting.
I mean, in all reality, both bands should be like selling out everything.
Selling out Fillmore's, yeah. In their sleep.
Must be. I don't know. I wonder if it's because Hatebreed is more like, I guess, like centered in hardcore. And I wonder if it makes a difference from like Detroit and Flint. Because I mean,
It may.
Devil Driver's pretty straightforward, metal band.
Metal.
I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I wonder if that makes a difference. Like the style or whatever. Maybe it's,
It might. See that?
Because there are some places in, around even like the U.S. that do, it kind of varies, like some places like deathcore is kind of a niche thing.
Yeah.
And I could imagine it being, in certain spots it's more popular than others, and maybe like, they just draw more or do better in certain areas. I don't know. That is kind of weird. Something to think about.
Yeah. Just interesting. Because another band that does it at Machine Shop definitely is Winds of Plague. Back in the day at least.
No.
When they had their like original lineup. They fucking brought the thunder.
When they were still on that 2008 shit.
Yes. Yes.
Have you seen some of those memes?
No.
Oh, they're great. Really?
I haven't seen any.
Oh, I'll show you some of them.
Back again on that 2008 shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I love that song. It's a great album. One Body Too Many is one of the best metal songs in a long time.
They were the first band I saw at Mayhem Fest on side stage.
Hell yeah.
And it was stupid. Like, it was so heavy. And then I saw them inside, and I thought it was even better. Because they had just the lights and the crazy, like, smoked machines and all.
Absolute fucking chaos. Yeah. Yep. So apparently we have like 9,000 new great metal albums coming next year.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have fucking... This also means all these bands will be touring. Everyone I just said. At the end of next year could end after we've seen Slipknot, Lamb of God, Children of Bodom, Devil Driver, Amon Amarth, Anthrax, come on, Dimmu Borgir, because they're definitely coming.
If I could fall out of this chair right now, I would. But
like that could be our 2019 lineup.
God,
that could be it. It's entirely possible. Iron Maiden surprises us as well.
Yeah,
like
it's entirely possible.
Cause I mean, I think they might, like, they've hinted at it. They said we're gonna do this big European thing. We're gonna take a little time off and we'll be back next year.
Oh man.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I thought this year was.
I thought this year was pretty damn good.
It's
been fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Let's be real. It's been unbelievable. This is one of the best years. This is the best year I've gone to more concerts this year than in any other year. Like, yeah. I went ham. I went crazy. But, and it's not even over. I still got 7 more.
Yeah.
And I got 2 months in the year left. 7 more concerts. And there's only... Okay, I guess there are 3 in December. There's one on literally December 1st, but it's not really music. It's not music. Well, there will be a song played, at least one song. Liquor and Horns.
Oh, I thought you were going to the... Yeah.
But the other 2 is Trans-Siberian and Bogwraith.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've talked about that yet.
We have. You mentioned... No, you didn't say it on the last one. We never got to it. So say it right now, ladies and gentlemen. I said it. You didn't say it on the last one with Jordan, but I mentioned it on the last one. But you go ahead.
Yeah. Well, we got pretty deep in the void the last episode.
Yeah.
Got pretty lost in the dark on that one.
Yes.
No. Sorry. I'll leave. No, but let me get the date right first of all.
December 7th, I think.
Yeah, pretty sure that's right. But yeah, in the realm of Bog Wraith news, we are working on some stuff. We got, a couple of different ideas floating around. Trying to, I think the next thing we're gonna be doing is like a short, I want to say concept EP. Going back to the EP.
Okay.
Just for the simple fact that it's just easier.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of agreed that doing an album, like a full complete album, totally like DIY by ourselves, is a big endeavor. And I think that for as much as I love it and everything, like I think that it's easier to like put that out, have like, I think it's gonna be the same as the others, like 5 songs. And then maybe another, like halfway through the year we'll do another 5 and stuff, and then kind of build off that. So we've kind of been throwing ideas around and stuff. We're gonna be, hopefully we'll have some new merch coming.
Yeah.
I want to talk more about that, but I can't right now. Just because I don't have all the details right now.
So just keep an eye out.
There's some kind of hopefully cool stuff coming out.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully more designs that people have been kind of asking us about and stuff. So
nice.
But the main thing is so it's the first Saturday in December.
That's the 7th, right?
Yeah.
Because the Trailer Park Boys is the 1st, and that's a Saturday.
December 8th.
Oh.
I believe.
It's a Saturday?
Yeah.
Huh.
Let me double check. You have me thinking 2 different things. But anyway, yeah, okay, it's 12/8.
Okay.
So, yeah, second, so it technically will be second Saturday in December.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
At the Loft in Lansing, we're going to be playing with one of my favorite bands, Born of Osiris. And two bands that I'm surprised that are on this with us, and actually made me more excited about it than I was before. To play. Assume Nothing are gonna be on that. Who
they're at Metal Fest, right?
Yeah, they were the first band that played that we saw.
Oh, okay, so I didn't see them.
Yeah, because
they played right before I got there.
Yeah. It'll be cool to see them on because I think I've seen them once there before. They're really good. Hopefully it'll be better than
yeah, they were
what happened at.
They were the one plagued by sound issues, yeah.
And O Virtue, who's been around Lansing for 20 years. Maybe.
Yeah.
I could be totally wrong about that. I'm sorry.
I feel like you're right. I know that name.
It's been they've been everywhere. They've been doing a lot of like tours and like stuff in like over like UK and stuff, and I think I have like their first EP or whatever. That's it. And like they've put out a couple different since then.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
Played with
a year ender show.
Yeah. Wanted to try to get like I don't know another one before then, but I don't know. I think we got a lot of stuff kind of in the works right now. I think next year I want to say at least I'd like to push for more shows and stuff.
Hopefully.
Because
this will be what, number 3 for the year?
What?
For you guys? 3 or 4? Because there's Metal Fest, this one at max? Or 2?
We played that Fit for an Autopsy show, which was there's this one, there's that one, which right offhand, to have played with both of those bands in the same year is.
And Whitechapel.
Oh yeah.
Like.
How? Anyway. So yeah, there's those 3, and then. God, like I want to say it's been at least 5.
5? Okay.
Which is far less.
So that must have been too early on in the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Far less than what I would have liked, but
yeah, like one a month would be good.
Yeah. But I think this year was a big like trial time.
I mean, you did put out an album.
Yeah, and that was a big part of what was happening. At least the first part of the year, and I think since then, I don't know. Lots happened. It's been a really up and down kind of year, but I think next year we're trying to, and even going into everything, I think we're a little more like trying to get more of a show together as far as like live stuff.
Okay. Some fog machines.
Hopefully.
Yeah, buddy.
Hopefully that. Because one of well, I don't know if you saw, Mike got this big bass rig.
Really?
That is.
I didn't see it.
Just beautiful.
Hell
like whole thing, like amp, like I don't know. I'll have to show it to you. Yeah, it's. So I'm finally gonna be able to hear the low end.
Hell yeah.
And I it was, I don't know, I got it a while ago, and I'm gonna try to figure it out before I gotta order that too. But the drum trigger.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna start using that for my bass drum.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully for the last show that we have. I don't really see why not. It's just gonna take some figuring out, but so yeah. And then from there I think we're all just kind of trying to get polished up, and so.
Fuck yeah, man.
But yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah.
This is exciting times. Exciting times. We about ready? Wrap this up. Yeah. Suck up, brick drop, land this fucking plane. What have we got coming up though? Anybody who listens, anybody who's gotten this far, first of all, we love you.
Yeah.
And we thank you. But if you have gotten this far and then you're going to Behemoth at St. Andrews Hall next week, let us know. We will be there. We will be there in black. Getting ready to let the devil out in Detroit. The devil in Detroit. Oh, yeah. And this is the thing. Everybody's like, when Satan this, Satan that, don't fucking fuck with Ouija boards and conjure demons. I'm like, I go to concerts where we light pentagrams and upside down crosses on fire together in a crowd of 100 to 200 to 300, 400, chant Gregorian chants. Like, how much more on the nose do you need to be? And we're just having a good time listening to some heavy metal.
Yeah, it's gonna be an experience.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. The Devil in the D. Behemoth's coming to Detroit with At the Gates and Wolves in the Throne Room. Next Wednesday, we will be there in black. And then also, 2 days later, 48 hours later, we'll be in Flint, Michigan, watching Raven Black, who was also at Michigan Metal Fest. Ginger, which I can never remember where they're from. They're not from here, though. They never tour the U.S.
No, I don't know.
Very excited to see them.
They've been...
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy their CD when I'm there. And then and Devil Driver, headlining Devil Driver. What they claim to be the Country Outlaws tour, even though that's what I thought we saw them on already. So, yeah. And then the following Tuesday, Cannibal Corpse in Grand Rapids.
The legends.
The legends, the gods. The gods among men. Cannibal Corpse, Hate Eternal, Recorruptor.
Shouts out
To fucking Recorruptor for getting on that fucking show. Holy shit. It's going to be a good one.
That's awesome for them.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to party on November 30th, Steel Panther.
Oh.
Steel Panther.
Yeah, when is that?
November 30th, my birthday.
Yeah.
It's my birthday. Steel Panther. Holy shit.
Dude. All right.
If anybody wants to celebrate my birthday, I will be partying with Satchel, Michael Starr, Lexi Fox, and Sticks It In Ya.
Great, dude. Greatest stage name ever.
Ever. Sticks It In Ya. Oh, man, I'm so excited for that one.
God.
I'm so excited. And then, just a few days later, we're partying with Born of Osiris and Bogwraith at the Loft in Lansing.
Better believe it.
Holy shit. Here we go. Ready to throw down over the next month.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. We got a full docket. And it's going to be very fun. We're going to have reviews. We're going to have all kinds of shit. So stay tuned. Yeah. All right. We love you all. Good night.
Peace.